You always wonder like what your purpose is and why you're being chosen, but then you realize God is choosing you because you have a certain story to tell, and you might not tell it the same way somebody else will, or you might add him in there a little bit more.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Love Talk. My name is Angel Thomas and I am your host. Love Talk is a self-empowerment talk show that encourages individuals like yourself to believe in yourself. Today y'all, we are sitting down with the beautiful Marquita. She is here to share her story, her journey, because one thing about Love Talk, one thing about myself is I love to capture the stories of people, the journeys, because that inspires people who you don't even know you're inspiring. So I'm really glad that you're here on Love Talk. I reached out to you. I saw your Facebook post and I'm like, gotta have her on Love Talk, because just the transparency, you opening up is gonna help somebody.
Yeah.
Not only is it gonna help somebody else, but it may be therapeutic to yourself, just to get it out. So thank you so much for coming on Love Talk, and this is gonna be so beautiful. So just tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Marquita. I am 28 years old. I'm married. I do not have any kids. I have a big family. I am very family oriented. I love family. I love being around people. I love helping. Helping is the main thing. Whatever I can do to help someone, I would give the shirt off of my back, because I would rather go without than seeing anyone else go without. And I have a big heart. Yes. The biggest heart ever.
Yes, I love it. And I was going through your Facebook, like I said, I ran across your Facebook post. I know you first and foremost, so but I didn't know your story. I didn't know your testimony, and just reading it and seeing your photo shoots, and it's just really inspiring to me. And I was on your Facebook page, and you said that you're finding your purpose, you're aligning yourself with God's assignment, and you're smashing life goals with your husband.
Yes.
I am so big on purpose. Because for a long time, I didn't know what my purpose was. It's easy to hear people say, I'm walking in my purpose. I'm walking in my truth. But it's like, well, how do you know what your purpose is? For myself, I tried everything. I mean, I went to the Army. I was a correctional officer. I was a security guard. I mean, I think I did everything. Yeah. And I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing in life? And I'm still, on my journey and finding my purpose, but I'm walking in my purpose right now. Yeah. So for you, how was it, or did you ever find your purpose?
So I'm big on prayer, and from a young age, I've always prayed, and I've waited on God to answer me. Like when I turned 18, I wrote in my diary for God to bless me with a strong, powerful man, and I waited on that, and I was blessed with my husband. So this year I was asked to go to camp, which is called Camp Oasis, which a lot of adults and kids that has IBD or a sort of bowel disease go, and it's like we're in our own world. Like you don't have to worry about nobody really looking at you. Like if you're going to the bathroom often, you don't have to worry about nobody like, okay, where they going? Or if you can't eat certain food, you don't have to worry about like, oh, why they not eating that food? It's like everybody is the same in our own way. And when that came, because I went when I was younger, but I was sick, and I was never ever able to go back because I've always been sick. So when I received that email about camp, and then they chose me out of all the people in Louisiana, they chose me to escort a camper. And they also, they was like, oh, we'll pay for it. But I was excited just because God chose me. I told my friends, I say, little old Marquita, you always wonder like what your purpose is and why you're being chosen, but then you realize God is choosing you because you have a certain story to tell, and you might not tell it the same way somebody else will, or you might add him in there a little bit more. So once camp happened, and I just asked God to enlarge my territory. And at first when I said God enlarge my territory, I thought financially. But as the months started to pass, I started realizing that there were doors being opened for me to tell my story when it came to my sickness. And once before, I really wouldn't tell it because I was ashamed or afraid that people would judge me, that they would be like, okay, she's different, so let's judge. Because you know, everyone, when someone is not known with something or used to something, they automatically judge.
Yes.
So I was scared to be judged, but October is always ostomy awareness, and I was like, what better way to celebrate my birthday than to celebrate the awareness of my ostomy? So that's when I decided, okay, let me take some pictures, and that's when it just went from there.
Wow. And to say God expand my territory.
Yes.
And he does exceedingly and abundantly.
Yes, he does.
Because you thought it was financial, but it was something totally different.
Yes.
And I love how you talk about God.
Yeah.
You know, you open up about God. You share how if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't even be here.
Yes.
So let's talk about your story a little bit. Let's let the viewers know what it is that your story actually is. So if you don't mind, tell us your story.
Okay, so I have Chrons disease. It is a irritable bowel disease. I was born with it, but I was not diagnosed until I was 8 years old. I've had many surgeries. I've been out of school so much. It basically attacks your intestines, but also your stomach, any part of your body. So don't ever think that Crohn's or irritable bowel disease is just in your stomach, because it can affect anything. My eyes, I used to have skin issues when I was smaller, when I was in high school. I have a colostomy, well, I have an ileostomy bag because at the age of 18, I had to make the decision to get my rectum removed, because it was either live your life fully or always have issues with your rectum. So at the age of 18, I decided that, you know what, I might be different, but I'm going to live. Yes. So I chose life. In 2019, I had to get the rest of my colon removed, and that's when I got a total colectomy. And that's when I really had to make the decision that I would live with the bag forever. But I was okay with that, because at the end of the day, I was choosing life. I was choosing to live. I was choosing to have a life. I was choosing to be free, because with me having my colon, I wasn't free, because I was always sick in and out of the hospital, no matter what it was. But once I got rid of the rest of my colon, I call it the rebirth of Marquita. Like, that was a second life that God gave me. I know that, you know, we only get one life, but that right there, that was God giving me another chance at life.
I literally have chill bumps, you know, just hearing you share that, you know, because it's not easy to be transparent.
Right, it's not.
You know, like you said, you fear judgment, you know, but I have chill bumps, and I'm so proud of you. You're so beautiful. Your personality is just amazing.
Thank you.
And I always say this to people, but you don't look like what you're going through.
Right.
You don't look like what you're going through. And I want to talk about your support system for a little bit, because like you said, you're smashing goals with your husband. You know, I know your mom supports you.
Yeah.
So just throughout your whole journey, how important was support for you?
So, you know how they say with so many things, it starts at home? It started at home. In home, my mom, my brother, my grandmother. Yes. When my mom had to work, when my dad had to work, and I was out of school, she took care of me. That's who I stayed with, because my mom couldn't always miss work. My brother was in high school, my daddy was working, my aunts was working, so everybody couldn't just take off. So my grandmother, but in home, my mom and my brother and my dad, they are the reason, most of the reason why I have the confidence, because they started it. They laid that foundation. They encouraged me before anybody else. Also, when I was in high school, I had this group of friends. They were the best. When I tell you the best, we were in high school, and you would think that we were supposed to be enjoying ourselves, but you know, they would be helping me change my bags. I would basically talk to them about my issues. They would encourage me. I have a tattoo, and it's courageous, and they gave me that name in high school because they saw everything I went through. My sweet 16 birthday, I spent it in the hospital. And Joasia and Virginia stayed with me that day, and we had steak and cake. Yeah. 16th birthday, I was in hospital. But I still celebrated because I was still alive. Family, friends, prayers. Prayers is the biggest thing. Because it's like when you genuinely get prayers from the community, that really shows that people really care about you. They really love you. So the prayers from the community, doctors, no one has ever given up on me. And I'm so glad that, you know, they've never given up on me and they've always stood by my side. And my husband, finding a young man that would spend a lot of his time in the hospital. So many times people have asked him, why do you stay with her? And he's always responded, because I love her. So to find a young man, I was 18, he was 20.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And he has been through it all. When I got my rectum removed, he was there. Never once did he judge me. When I got my ileostomy, he was there. Never once did he judge me. So family, friends, community, prayers. That's the best support that you could ever have.
Oh my goodness. I'm almost in tears in here. I want you right now to look at that camera and say something to your husband.
I love you with all my heart. I appreciate everything you've done for me since 2012 to now. I owe you. I feel like I owe you with my life because you've put your life on the side for me. You've taken jabs when it came to work, you know, sometimes having to miss work because you were there with me. You know, not being able to have as much fun as teenagers or younger adults would, but you've stuck by me and I will be forever grateful for that. I'm forever, ever grateful for that.
Yes, and the people can't see this, but your husband is on the other side of the camera right now. And now I want you to say some words to your wife.
Just gonna put me on the spot like that. But hey, I don't mind doing it at all. Like she said, it's a tough road to be on, especially being a spouse who doesn't have any medical conditions. And I've taken the time to really think that, you know, God places you with somebody who who he knows your strengths and he knows what you can do for a person. And he knows that the other person has strengths that can help you out as a person. And I've been grateful and fortunate to have jobs to where they understood. They was like, okay, you got more than enough time to take off, so take as much time as you need. My current job now, hey man, I gotta run, man. Oh man, okay, fine, you good, you know. But it's a different type of love because, like you say, she doesn't look like she has a condition, and frankly, it's a condition that she didn't choose to have it. It wasn't by choice, you know. And I'm pretty sure there's countless people out there who's in this exact situation, not only with just Chrons, but with other diseases that you're born with, you know. And having that understanding and knowing that, you know, okay, sometimes there's going to be times where, you know, we can't go out or we can't have fun because she's not feeling well, or, you know, sometimes her stomach be on 10, you know. But we and she's more of the quiet type, or, you know, when it comes to her back and stuff like that. And I'm more of the, hey, look, I tell this all the time when we go on up. Say, well, my stomach make noise. I tell them I done it. I tell them
we've had that pack before.
I tell them I done it. I want them to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm, and she knows I'm more of the silly kind of comedic, clowny type. So most of the stuff I try and make her laugh with, like, you know, yeah, tell them I done it. She said, but what if you're not sitting by me? We'll tell them mind their business. That's all, you know. But I wouldn't say it's a challenge because, you know, at the end of the day, God, like I said, God places you with somebody who He knows you know, that you can pick up, that you can, that you can be there for.
Yes.
And many, like I say, many times, like I say, I've been that through the absolute worst, but it's just, I guess it's just something in me where, I've been assigned this task, and this task wasn't a task that was assigned by, I wouldn't say by choice, but it was just by His power and by His will,
Yeah.
It's just been, like I said, I don't think it's a challenge. I think it's just more of a testimony from both ends.
Y'all about to have me crying in here, like, to hear those words from your husband.
Yeah.
Like, I'm speechless. I mean, that is a blessing.
It is.
A blessing. I'm just so proud of you, and proud of you as well, because that's not easy,
Nope.
It's nothing but God.
That's it. That's who gets all the praise.
Nothing but God.
Right.
Wow. Now I want to kind of talk about your post that you posted on Facebook. I'm going to read it. It's kind of lengthy. Y'all bear with me. So, 15th year Stoneanniversary. Did I say it right? Stoneanniversary?
Yes.
Okay. Transparent moment. I can definitely laugh and make jokes about it now. 15 years ago, I was 13 years old, stepping into a part of my life that I didn't know would help mold and shape me into the young lady I am today. Imagine missing most of your 7th grade in order to learn how to use a bag that was now on your stomach for an unknown time. I was teased by some of my peers because my bag would have malfunctions, so it would either come loose or leak. I was so embarrassed and hurt that for almost 10 years I built a wall and would only let a few people know that I had a colostomy bag. I was also ashamed of having a bag for a very long time. I built up this wall to protect my feelings, but I didn't realize that my story would eventually help and inspire so many.
Yes.
Here I am today. I am not ashamed to say I have an ileostomy. I used to feel like my bag controlled my life, but now I embrace this blessing because if you know where I was before this bag, then you know where my health was. My bag saved my life, and I will forever be grateful for it.
Yes.
I want to go to the part of where you said you were embarrassed and hurt, and for almost 10 years you built up a wall.
Yeah.
When you say you built up a wall, what do you mean?
It had to be something major for me to let someone know that I had a bag. Beginning, I was wearing baggy clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I was always wearing an undershirt,
Mm-hmm.
always, because I felt like I needed to conceal it. I was always wearing high-waisted pants, and jackets, always, because I didn't want anybody to see the print, or I didn't want anybody to be like, okay, that looks weird, so what is that? So I would hide my appearance, because I didn't want anybody to see, because at that point I didn't think it was normal either. I thought that it was something strange and something weird, so I wanted to hide it, because I didn't want to get my feelings hurt, because I kind of wear my feelings on my shoulders, so if somebody gives me a weird look, I get very self-conscious. So I wanted to hide it to make sure I was protecting myself.
Gotcha. And now you walking in your purpose.
Yes.
You're walking in your truth.
Yes.
Your story alone is going to inspire so many
Yes.
people, and that's why I'm so big on stories, journeys here on Love Talk, because so many people are suffering in silence.
Yes.
Suffering in silence, looking for someone that looks like them, that's going through what they're going through or similar, to have just a feeling of hope.
Yes.
I'm gonna make it. I can walk out of this. I can walk in my truth. I can walk in my purpose. And I love that about you, walking in your truth, walking in your purpose, and inspiring so many people. And I remember, if I'm not mistaken, a while ago you had a post on there. I don't have it on my phone right now, but I don't remember what you made the post about, but so many people started commenting under it that you were going live at a point in time.
Yes.
That's what it was.
For my anxiety and depression.
Yes. And so many people were saying how they deal with what you deal with, and they were sharing their stories, and I was reading it. I'm just like, wow.
Yes.
Wow. So many people are, it's just the community.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the community are you trying to build a community? Are you?
I am.
Okay.
With Chrons, it's not really found, I would say, in St. Mary Parish. So I would love for one day just to have an organization to where there's a safe place for everyone. And I started on something, but I got sick, so I stopped it. But I would just love to have a safe place for everyone, and then for families too, to be a support group for families, because believe it or not, the amount of hurt and embarrassment and pain and agony that a patient goes through, the family goes through it too, because they have to deal with that. So I would just love for a safe place for families. Fundraising, finding a cure, because there needs to be more awareness. There has to be, because if not, so many cases are going to go unknown. They're just going to constantly say, oh, it's just your bowels, or it's just your diet, when in fact it's not just your diet, or it's not just who you are. That's not what it is. So that is what I would love to do one day, and I just keep asking God to enlarge my territory, and as that comes, He will. But I just have to be patient until that time comes.
Yes, I love it. And I always say on Love Talk, believe in yourself.
Yes.
You already know these things. When God gives you an assignment, listen.
Yes.
Follow, because, it's already written.
Yes.
It's already written.
Is.
So I'm really, really proud of you. I'm excited for you, on whatever it is you have to come. Your story, your testimony is just amazing. You're so beautiful. But we can't we can't end this without you telling something to your mom. So look in that camera right now and tell something to your mom.
Girl, listen. You already know what it is. But if it was not for my mom fighting for me, I don't think I would have made it this far. If it wasn't for my mom pushing doctors, if it wasn't for my mom protecting me from doctors, because some doctors would not touch me, and my mom would stand up for me. If it wasn't for my mom sacrificing, if it wasn't for you sacrificing, because you have sacrificed so much in the 28 years that you have been my mom and I have been your daughter, I owe you the world. I can't wait until God blesses me to bless my mom. All worries gone. Like, I want to be able to set my mom up for life, because she has set me up for life. Literally, anything my mom makes sure. So, Mama, I love you with all my heart. I will forever be in debt to you, because you have always made sure that Marquita Wiggins has always been straight, and I know you will always make sure I'm straight. So I love you beyond words, and I know that you have my back forever.
I love it. Oh my goodness, this is so good. So before we end this Love Talk, I just want to open up the floor to you to say whatever it is that is on your heart.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity, because I never thought that I would get to this place. Thank you for believing in me.
Yes.
Because some people, they see it, but then they just go on. For anybody, I cannot give you medical advice, but listen to your body. Don't ever be afraid to ask questions, even if they feel like you asking too much, or if they feel like you asking too much, that means you're hitting something on the head. Never doubt yourself. Love yourself no matter what your appearance is. Never give up. Love yourself. Take time for yourself. Rest, please, because that is one of my main issues, is that I go because I want to be superwoman. I want to save everybody, but You cannot save everybody if you're not trying to save yourself. Know that you are beautiful inside and out, no matter what you have attached to your body. Know that you are still you. Know that that does not take away from anything, it adds.
Yes.
Love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. That's all I can say is love yourself.
I love it. And let us know where we can find you, your social medias. Let us know.
Social media is Marquita Wiggins. I'm on TikTok, just Quita. My Snap is Quita915. But I post mostly all of my information on Facebook, so you can reach me at Marquita Wiggins.
Yes, I love it, y'all. And y'all make sure y'all tap in with her. She is just amazing, so beautiful, has transparent posts that inspires people, and she's gonna keep doing it. I can only imagine. Yes, I'm so excited for what's to come, and just continue to just be your beautiful self. You are touching, inspiring, and motivating people all over. So y'all make sure that y'all remember to believe in yourself.
Yes.
Just like that, we have wrapped another Love Talk.
No, I'm looking down from my bed.